It's a movement that breaks down taboos and raises awareness about a human rights and health issue that impacts hundreds of millions of people around the world. Joining us now to speak about Menstrual Hygiene Day on May 28th is Rachel Newton, advocate and founder of Nixit.
Thank you for having me.
Rachel, let's begin with why it is so important to have a day, which should go beyond the day, of course, but for the awareness. Why is this so very important?
Absolutely. It's so great to be here and to be talking about periods. If we look back to 2023, in Canada, a public opinion research survey showed that 1 in 6 people have experienced period poverty, and that actually increases to 1 in 4 for households that earn less than $40,000 a year. In that survey, 1 in 4 agreed that periods are dirty and unclean, and 1 in 5 agreed that menstruation should not be publicly discussed. So we have this situation where we have a lot of people suffering from period poverty, and at the same time, this stigma around periods creating this cycle of silence and misinformation that profoundly affects menstrual hygiene and overall well-being. So addressing the stigma through education and open dialogue like we're having today is absolutely what we need to be doing.
There are a lot of pieces, as you mentioned there, and one of them was the struggle to access menstrual products. As we talked about the economy right now, it is not cheap.
That's right. And the Canadian government, I think, is making great strides. As you know, in December 2023, all federally regulated workplaces were required to start stocking free pads and tampons for employees. And we are seeing that happen in some provinces as well. As a menstrual care company, we do partner with grassroots organizations across Canada, but it's incredibly important to increase the awareness out there so that we can get products into the hands of more people that need them.
Rachel, why do you think there's still such a stigma around periods, people having these conversations? Should it begin earlier, perhaps, in education?
Absolutely. There's a resounding need for comprehensive menstrual health education in schools and communities to ensure that people know how to manage their periods, but also at a younger age to remove the stigma that's associated with periods. Often by the time that people are learning about them, they become embarrassed, they don't want to talk about them, and that just perpetuates this cycle of them being something that are embarrassing and that we don't want to talk about.
As you've mentioned, Rachel, there are governments who have made some strides here when it comes to menstrual hygiene. What else would you like to see?
I think the first thing that we really need to see is education. So we're already doing a great job about that, but accurate education enables people to make informed choices about menstrual products, to understand the variety of options that are available, and to empower them to make the choices that are right for them and their bodies. And by increasing education and awareness, we can motivate governments to make more decisions like the ones they made last year to increase access to period products for more people.
Yeah, really important, the awareness, the conversations, and then the action. Rachel Newton, founder of Nixit, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.